welcome to Carroll and Keddie Do the Headlines. And we have special guest, Master in the chair. He's still sitting there. And this week we are heading back to the 1970s.
Yay!
Exciting stuff.
It is, it absolutely is. It was a time of change. We've just come out of the 60s and there's lots of stuff going on. I'm going to kick you off some of the biggest things that happened. One of them being Elvis is dead. I can't swear. Froobs. It's a shame. It's the king of rock.
King of rock and roll, I believe, yeah.
Elvis the Pelvis. Elvis no more. Pelvis no more because he sadly passed away in the 70s. And
is it true it was on the toilet?
Let's find out. Elvis, 1977, age 42. 42! Oh my god! How did he die? Cardiac arrhythmia. Suspected due to an interaction of the antihistamine codeine and Demerol, which is a painkiller, as well as Valium and several tranquilizers. He was just he was constipated to death.
Really?
I think so.
Oh
yeah.
dear.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
Terrible way to go. But yeah, so that was kind of a big thing in the music industry, as well as the Beatles disbanding, which was huge.
Okay.
Yeah,
that happened in the 70s too.
In the it wasn't the year for the musicians. Well, actually no, because then they had Fleetwood Mac. But there's a lot of change going on, and not only in music but also socially.
Okay.
You've also got the feminist movement. So it's the second wave feminism, which was coming out in the 60s, and this is now moving into we want to not have to be chaperoned by men and have everything be you either become wife or you have no life, because wasn't fair, wasn't fun, wasn't a good time. People challenging the patriarchy, people challenging societal norms, and that was the same for the gay rights movement. It's all kicking off. Everyone's went, we've had enough, and that's fair enough because they've been threatened with nuclear annihilation. Now it's like, well, you know what? Let's just get our fingers out and sort this out, eh? So that was all happening.
Amazing.
Which is very fun. Yeah.
Now all these people have lots of rights, though, so that's good.
We do. Yeah.
Still not maybe where everyone wants to be.
We've, funnily enough, in the 70s, they'd introduced Roe v. Wade, which was to do with abortion rights, a woman's right to have an abortion, what was legally defined as an abortion, to what extent you could take that. And they, if I'm not mistaken, have overturned it in 3 years. It was 3 years ago they've overturned that.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're pulling back on a lot of things that were set in place. This is the thing. When I'm queen, and if you're spared, it's going to be a great time right now. However, that's not the case, and this is how there's a lot of social change which is being empowered by the whole hippie stuff and the flower power and the peace and love, and we love each other, let's give each other rights, which I can't really disagree with. I think that's all fair enough. And yeah, at the end of the Vietnam War, which had divided the nation, both America and obviously what we thought of that in the UK. And yeah, a lot of things that had been bubbling up and going on, pulling back in to then settle again. Women's liberation, you've got more liberal fashion, so it's starting to move into the late 70s, early 80s, where it's like taps off. It's like, hell yeah.
Get the crop tops out.
Yes, absolutely.
And the jeans instead of dresses and skirts.
Get your midriff out.
Yes, of course.
For the lads. More stuff happened, but it was very negative.
No, we don't like negative. That's
we
not
acknowledge it, but this ain't the place for it, you know what I mean?
No.
What am I gonna... I'm not queen yet, I can't comment. They had Earth Day for the first time in the 70s.
Did they really?
Earth Day, there was a lot of recognition to environmental awareness, being aware of your impact, loving the earth, loving nature. Live, laugh, love, it's the flower power, it's the hippie time. Of course we were doing that, so funnily enough, yeah. And now we've got global warming. And I'm feeling the effects. I have not been able to pull my left boob from the other in weeks. It's all fused together. I'm really upset. I just want to lie down and not be warm.
Conjoined breasts. One breast.
Yeah, one breast is plenty.
Yeah. One breast is plenty. Can you say breast? It's not a swear, it's a body part.
It is. You can't say
Hello. We've got
He's entered.
Food-wise,
Tell
in
me.
the 1970s, there was some crossover from the 60s, but you had everything from Black Forest Gatto at the end of a dinner party.
Oh,
What are
yes.
your thoughts?
Yes. Now that is, yes. No, it's not Viennetta. It's cake with black cherry and creamy chocolatey goodiness with more chocolatey goodness on top.
You're not wrong.
I know.
You're not. It's definitely cake. Yeah. Not a huge fan of cake. I'm not gonna lie. Not for me. However, that does sound lovely.
You're the cook. I'm the baker.
It's a Black Forest Gatto.
Yes.
And I'd also like to know, if you know, where the chicken tikka masala was invented.
Glasgow.
Glasgow.
Yeah. Glasgow. That's why I said Glasgow. Glasgow.
Yes.
Glasgow. Glasgow. India.
Glasgow.
Ding ding ding, we have a winner! Chicken tikka masala is thought to have been invented in the 1970s by a Bangladeshi chef in Glasgow, Scotland.
Yeah, it was in Glasgow. Yeah.
We also had Angel Delight.
Ooh, now that is a school favourite there, an Angel Delight, along with semolina.
What's that?
Along with semolina.
What is that?
A rice dish?
What?
I don't know what it is. It's a porridge type pudding, is what it is. And it's, but not as gritty as porridge, I'd say. More smooth.
Your
Very
porridge is
nice.
Gritty?
Well, if it was a thick oat porridge, yes, it could be gritty.
What do you get thick oats?
Oh yes, you get thick and fine oats.
Oh.
Did you know that if you don't have oat flour and you require it, just pop it in a NutriBullet and zhuzh that up, and there you have it.
Zhuzh it.
Viennetta, hold that thought for next week.
Is it an 80s?
See you
Okay.
next week. The Arctic Roll.
Oh, now that is a right grandma dessert. I'm really loving the food section of the historical episodes.
Yeah.
Well, I've got one more for you.
Oh.
The pot noodle
Wow.
was conceived in 1977.
Not only was it born, it was conceived.
That was made with love.
Wow, really? Really? What does it look like?
What does the pot noodle look like?
No, because like we know what it looks like now.
Oh, but what's vintage?
But what does vintage pot noodle look like?
Ah.
Oh, look, the label's still pretty much the same, you know.
Yeah, they've stuck to their brand. Well, they've held up. I mean, still have them now. You're not getting jelly stuff like in the 60s.
What?
As in, we have them, we eat them still because they're good.
And
Display
we do
labels.
still eat jelly. I mean, I personally don't like it.
Not ham and jelly, though.
Oh.
No. We could try it if you want.
I don't think it's actually like.
It was.
I don't think it's like.
It was.
I don't think it's dessert jelly.
I think it was. What? So it was gelatin made with like stock?
Yeah.
Ew!
Yeah.
Ew, that's worse. Ew!
So hold on, stop. You
Yuck!
You thought it was a bit of ham, a bit of pork
In like fruit jelly? Or like taste nothing jelly? Like water jelly?
Please maybe fact check that because I'm pretty damn sure it was
I'm not
not.
from the 60s, I don't know.
I'm sure it wasn't pork in strawberry jelly.
Yeah, but imagine eating like stock jelly. That's like cat food.
You do though. If you cook some meat, you'll see that the fat comes off and it's like jelly.
I don't eat it.
No, well I don't eat it either.
By the looks of things, no, the jelly was more like gelatine based, a bit more flavourless.
Yes, the jelly was flavourless, not strawberry jelly with ham in it.
Both sound equally terrible.
Yes. Moving swiftly on.
Would you like to hear about some films?
I would love to.
Let me know if you've heard of them.
I will.
Apocalypse Now.
No. Yes. Yes.
Live and Let Die, James Bond.
Oh, perfect. Which Sean?
The Connery?
Yeah.
Was Live and Let Die with Roger Moore.
Of course, Roger.
Yeah.
Clockwork Orange.
Oh, now that was banned.
Not seen it.
That came out and then got banned.
Did it?
You've not seen it? Oh yes, it got banned.
Bugsy Malone.
Yes.
The musical.
No. The cast of that was teenagers.
Teenagers.
And what was very famous about Bugsy Malone? What did they do instead of killing?
They shot pies and like foam and stuff like that and threw pies at each other. Have you never seen that? Yeah, that's good fun.
And finally, Alien.
Alien.
Yeah, the first Alien.
I've seen that.
Have you? I've not seen that one, I don't think. I don't think I've seen that one.
I've seen a lot of them.
That surprises me. You're not really a movie buff.
No, I know nothing about any of it. I don't know actors, I don't know films. I know some things.
I know something. I drink wine and I know things.
I've got some music for you. Some
Perfect
songs
music.
from the 70s. Of course, Bohemian Rhapsody,
Oh.
Queen, 1975. Maggie May, Rod Stewart.
Yes, yes.
No.
He was just at Glastonbury.
Was he really?
Highway to Hell, AC/DC.
Mm.
And You've Got a Friend, Carroll King.
Oh, you've got a friend in me.
Oh, is that it? Oh.
I don't know if it is actually.
Oh.
Night Fever, the Bee Gees.
Night fever, night fever.
We know
That is that one. Yeah, we always
And
cut the water.
I'm gonna.
Transition.
Yeah.
Now it's time for Master in the Chair's Question of the Week.
During the 1970s, there were many trailblazers fighting for women's rights. Who's a woman who really inspires you and why?
I mean, you could nip back into history and speak about all the inspirational women back then, and how they have changed the face of time. Rosa Parks, Mother Teresa, Florence Nightingale. Or I could state that some people in my lifetime are inspirational. The people that are the women that are close to me.
Do it.
My mum.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's done really well for herself.
Sandy. Yeah. Just mums.
Mums can be inspirational. Absolutely.
Mums.
Yeah.
Mother. Yeah.
History.
A figure from history.
Oh, I've got to bounce back to the Queen. Queen Elizabeth, probably.
Yeah. The Queen. Queen, is it?
If you jump back 2 episodes ago, we spoke about her a lot in the 1950s episode.
Yes, I
so
did.
you certainly did. In general day-to-day life, yeah, the women around me. The people that will go and get things for themselves, such as that person that is doing art in their kitchen as a hobby, and then actually they're very good at it, and then they go out there and they put themselves out there, whether it be social media or they take themselves to an art fair and they push and push and push, and then they never give up on themselves and they grow. And I think that's amazing.
Holland Cooper.
Yes,
Holland Cooper.
Holland Cooper, absolutely. That's a clothing brand I really, really like. And she started off with a few tweed skirts in a local show. And if you don't know Holland Cooper, she's now, gosh, she must be a multi-millionaire.
Yeah, a schoolyanaire.
Yeah, absolutely. And her clothes are still accessible. They've not become Gucci prices or high designer prices, but she's still known as a designer in the country fashion. And beyond, probably.
Yeah.
Those people, the day-to-day people that never give up on themselves, is probably who I find inspiring.
Nice.
What about you?
I literally cannot fathom a single woman. Like, I can't think of any names, I can't think of any people. You've said the Queen, probably the Queen. Who inspires me? Stevie Nicks was definitely one. She was definitely one for that.
So why Stevie Nicks?
Literally just like her music.
Okay.
There's nothing. Just old women.
Old women.
Old women they are grand actually, yeah. I had a fantastic interaction in Lidl because this wee old woman was coming past me and I've got a big crate of stuff because I take a big crate of stuff. Booze. And I'm walking along and I perched it on the little, in Lidl you've got the big landing, I perched it there and she was coming past with a wee trolley and she was like, do you want to put that on my trolley? Is it too heavy for you? I'm like, Edith, I've got this, but thank you. You're an absolute gem. And then it's like, oh, and then they grab you. They're always touching. They're trying to cling to youth, and then they'll touch you and they'll be like, oh. And I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, granny, hell yeah. And they're full of ancient wisdom.
Yeah.
Albeit that wisdom is from like probably the 60s and 70s, but it's ancient wisdom.
Oh, I'd say older than that, some.
Thousands of years.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Do you not find...
The wrinklier they are, the smarter they are? Yeah, usually. I'm counting the rings on her neck like a tree, you know? I'm like...
when you go to a pub and you meet the little local.
Yeah.
I mean, they might not be little, they might be big, but you meet the local old person.
Yes.
Or the local like old chap group, or the local old ladies, and you sit there and have a conversation with them, and wow, it's just like,
Yeah.
you know,
It's great.
yeah, it is. You just really get some stories from them.
Yeah, I think that's what I appreciate more, is that, like, that willingness to share and exchange that knowledge, and it's like, oh, that's your lived experience.
Yeah, yeah.
It's nice, and I value that. But yeah, probably just old women. Old women are class.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will be one. Well, I'll be the queen, but I will be one. And then, you know, who knows what kind of knowledge I will bestow. Probably a lot.
I think so.
Not about films and actors, but a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
Pies. To close out, share this with an old person.
And a young person, and a middle-aged person, and any person you wish.
Yeah.
Because it really helps us.
Because we want you to, because we've said so.
Please.
This has been Carroll and Keddie do the headlines of the 70s. Like, share, subscribe, and if your granny doesn't know how, please tell her. Wisdom goes both ways. Bye!